Wow, he says these are the boots he would never buy, but he actually bought them. Well, hey there, YouTube commenter. I guess I figured that if I was going to tell people that these are the boots that I wouldn't buy, I would have to have reasons as to why I wouldn't buy them, which means that I would actually have to have tried and owned the boots myself, because if I was telling people not to buy boots that I've never actually tried, then that's not really important information, is it? It's just a thought. What's going on, guys? Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you the 5 boots that I would never buy 2019 edition. As the title would suggest, these are the 5 boots that I would not buy for reasons that I'm going to explain in this video. And let's keep in mind that while I personally would not recommend these boots, if you happen to really like and or own one of the boots that I'm going to be talking about in this video, that does not mean that it's terrible. That does not mean that I think you should buy new boots because you have one that I wouldn't recommend. It just means that it's not a boot that I would recommend, and maybe we have differing opinions. And I guess I should also say that I'm not recommending these boots based on other boots that I've tried and will mention as a better alternative. Having tried pretty much everything, some boots are definitely better than others, and these are the ones that I just don't think are worth it. So take it easy. So if you guys do end up enjoying this video, don't forget to support it with a like, and if you are new here watching for the first time and don't want to miss out on daily football boot content from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. The Adidas Nemesis 19 Plus is not a boot that I would recommend, especially for $275. Now, obviously, this is a boot that features a very unique design, but it's also one of those boots that is at the top price point of high-end models, meaning that if you pick this for $275, you are passing up on pretty much any other football boot that money can buy, aside from a couple made in Japan Mizunos that are slightly more expensive. Either way, I think that this is actually a solid football boot in terms of a lot of its features. I think that the tension tape upper from a touch standpoint is fantastic. I think the sole plate and stud pattern is actually really good, but the lockdown and fit due to the laceless system just falls short of a lot of other top-end models. If you want a laceless boot really bad, I think that you have better options within the Adidas brand. I think the X is a better option, especially if you're trending towards something that is synthetic, more of a speed boot type vibe. I personally prefer the Predator 19 Plus, even though I'm not a huge fan of those either. And my personal favorite laceless boot from the Adidas brand, the Copa 19 Plus, I just think is way better than the Nemesis. If you absolutely must have a Nemesis still though, I would recommend the laced Nemesis 19.1. It has all of the positive aspects of the Nemesis 19 Plus without all of the issues with fit and lockdown. And it's $50 cheaper. The $150 Nike Phantom Vision Pro. Not a bad pair of football boots, but far from your best option for this kind of money. Like I said, the Vision Pro is not a bad pair of boots. It features a mesh-based synthetic upper, which is pretty much always going to feel soft. It has the lace cover, it has the weird collar, and it has almost the exact same sole plate and stud pattern as the top-end Elite model that retails for $275. However, the Flyknit and the quad fit system is really what makes the Phantom Vision the Phantom Vision, and this doesn't have any of those things. Not to mention, for $150, now that the Phantom Vision has been out for a little bit, you can actually get a top-end Elite model in a slightly older colorway on sale for $150 or less. So why you would buy the takedown model, I'm not exactly sure. It's also worth mentioning that in comparison to all the other pro tier takedown models from the Nike brand, this one is just the worst in terms of overall quality, especially considering the high $150 price tag. For $130, you can buy the Phantom Venom Pro, which is just better quality in general. For $130, you can buy the Mercurial Vapor 13 Pro, which is definitely better quality. And if you prefer something with a leather upper, the Tiempo Legend 8 Pro is actually really solid as well. And again, cheaper than these. Now, this next pick isn't one specific boot, but more so a category of a specific type of boots from a specific brand. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Adidas 0.2 and 0.3 takedown models just aren't worth it. Now, I'll give them credit where credit is due. I don't think that the X19.3, the laced version, is that bad. I don't think that the Nemesis 19.3 is that bad, the lace version that is. And I don't think that the Copa Gloro 19.2 or even the Copa 19.3 are that bad. However, they're not the best option in those respective price ranges side by side compared with Nike. And I don't want to make this a Nike versus Adidas thing. When it comes to quality, value for money, the way that the boots fit, feel, and perform, the Nike alternatives at those lower price points are simply better quality. And then there's stuff like this, the Predator 19.3 laceless, a $100 takedown model that has no business being $100. When it comes to top-end boots, we can have the Nike versus Adidas argument all day long. It's really going to come down to personal preference, but I don't care what anyone says. When it comes to takedown models, Adidas is just trailing behind Nike when it comes to the quality of their products. Speaking of takedown models, the Nike Mercurial Superfly 7 Academy. Just why? I think it's fair to say that the football boot industry has embraced the concept of mid-cut football boots, and I really have no problem with it as long as the mid-cut aspect of the boot is a major part of the design. It actually makes sense, and it's not an afterthought, where you have a lot of these mid-cut takedown models, the Superfly 7 Academy being a prime example, where the mid-cut aspect of the boot, I guess for lack of a better term, is pretty crudely done. It's literally just a piece of sock stitched to the opening of a low-cut football boot. And I guess in all fairness to Nike, unlike when this concept on takedown models first came out, they no longer charge you a $10 premium for what is a tragedy of a collar. So this is the same price as the low-cut Vapor 13 Academy. However, when you look at those versus these just look like they were designed to be that way, where this just looks like a complete afterthought. And admittedly, the collar does not really impact the boot in a super negative way. I don't think that the fit in the heel is as clean or the lockdown is quite as good as the low-cut Vapor 13 Academy, which would be my recommendation over something like this. But the fact that this still exists and looks the way that it does is just the main reason why I would never buy them. But I guess if you really wanted some extra ankle support. And for my final and likely most controversial pick of the boots that I would not recommend, mainly because it's a legend, the brand new Nike Tiempo Legend 8 Elite. And hear me out, I am not saying that this is a bad football boot at all. In fact, it is an excellent pair of football boots, arguably one of the best performing leather boots that you can buy. However, the fact that the Tiempo Legend is all about the kangaroo leather upper, which technically this does have with this weird and totally unnecessary diamond texturing to it, it doesn't live up to the expectation that I had from a Tiempo Legend model that we've gotten in the past, and in comparison to other leather boots that are out there right now from other brands. A few boots that come to mind are the Puma King Platinum, the Made in Japan Mizuno Rebula 3, the Adidas Copa 19 Plus, even Nike's own Premier 2 that retails for a mere $120, all offer a much better leather touch and experience on the ball, which I feel is a super important part and the main reason why you would buy a football boot in this category in the first place. And without going into too much detail, because I've talked about it in other videos of the Tiempos on my channel, I just feel like the star of the show isn't the leather on the Tiempo Legend 8, and it really should be. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully you weren't triggered, and if you did happen to enjoy this video, please support it with a like. That helps me out tremendously. I'm also curious to hear which football boots currently available that you wouldn't buy down below in the comments. And if you have any questions regarding anything that I talked about in this video, feel free to ask that down below in the comments as well. And I do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. If you're not subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.